am so excited to start expanding my garden, but I have discovered it is really getting to be too much for me to do all this watering by hand. So in this video, we're going to find out if I can install an irrigation system using only a box cutter. Hi everyone, I'm Michelle and welcome back to my meadow. I'm gardening in zone 9A in Northeast Florida. I'm not an expert gardener, but I love showing you the good, the bad, and the ugly, and embracing the imperfection that learning to garden has to offer. I'm gonna set my stopwatch and let's find out how long it takes me to actually set this up. This system is from Garden in Minutes and it is a pre-assembled system. Once it's all set up, I'll come back and tell you a little bit more about it. That was 4 minutes and 40 seconds busting a move. Let's turn the water on and see what that looks like. Let's get in a little closer. Now, I see I need to make a few micro adjustments, but check this out. I can just turn it a little bit, move it right into the square. Each of these little squares has 16 holes in it. And so I'm getting a micro stream of water all over this garden bed. And that took less than 5 minutes to set up. I did purchase this additional riser to go with it because I wanted it to fit into this bed. And down here I'm just using my garden hose, and I'm using a quick release system so I could easily move this hose from one place to another. This is a manifold, so I could even take that cap off and add on more hoses to connect more than one bed or connect to a different irrigation system as long as it's using the same kind of connector. It'll probably take a little bit of adjustment on some of these just to make sure they're going into the square you want them to. This one's lined up really nicely, but not bad for a 5-minute setup. So this entire system is from Garden in Minutes. I did not receive this for free. I purchased it myself. In fact, I've purchased two because the first time I ordered the wrong size for the bed that I was installing it into. But that's all right because I have another bed where that is going to work as well. In the box, they do give you some free seeds, which of course always makes a gardener happy. They even include QR codes which you can scan to watch videos on how to set it up before you get started, in case you're not trying to win a marathon like me. On the back, additional information about connecting the water hose and the manifold. This is a really simple and sophisticated system that would be pretty hard to replicate if you wanted to get all those pieces and do it for yourself. I mean, you can, but they literally have 16 holes punched into each square, and every tube is aligned on a grid. So you get automatic square foot gardening marking as well as drip irrigation for your bed. So here are some tips for putting it together. Number one, don't do what I did. You should not be putting this together in the middle of a garden bed. You need a clean surface, whether it's a table or a concrete patio or a driveway, because you don't want to get dirt down into the tube. I'm hoping that I didn't. I tried to be careful. Number two, if you are having trouble sliding it together, a little warm water will help. Today it's a little cooler. It was a little stiffer to put together than it was last time, but you could either leave it in the sun to warm up or use a little bit of warm water to make it easier to slide those pieces together. I really didn't have any trouble today. It just took a little wiggle. But if you're in a colder environment, you might need a little extra help if you don't quite have the hand strength to slide them together. But No worse than if I were trying to assemble any other kind of drip irrigation system. Within the box, it included the grid as well as the connector tube. I purchased an additional riser based on the height of the garden bed that I was going to put this in. One of the other things I really like about this is it is expandable. With that manifold, I'm able to connect a hose between the garden grid and another system or another garden grid if I so wanted. The other thing that I plan to do for this system is I have a timer on that faucet. So I do expect to run the timers to make sure that I am not overwatering the garden. So far with the pressure that I applied turning on the faucet, there were no problems with all of the connections holding. And it's going to be really fun once I get this planted out just to see how well things grow in this garden having regular and consistent irrigation. Now let's talk about price. When I made this purchase, it was about $125. That's not cheap, but if I can consistently use this year after year, I'm now investing long-term in my garden. If I had to go and buy all of those pieces and build it just like that for myself, it would probably take me 4 or 5 hours to do it. So for me, the trade-off of not spending 4 or 5 hours building something for the cost of being able to just lay it out and be ready to grow, I think I'm good with that. But you have to make the decision that's right for your budget. I never want to encourage you to spend money that you can't afford. I want you to grow food so that you both save money and have things that are healthier to eat. Sure, I talk about a lot of different products because I'm trying a lot of different things in my garden, but I never want you to go into debt to do that. What else would you like to know about the Garden in Minutes garden grid? Throw your comments down below. I'm also including my affiliate link because this is a product I feel very confident in recommending and using in the garden. Garden in Minutes, if you're watching this video, I am just down the road from you a couple of hours. I would love to come out and do an interview on site with you as well. If you want to know more about what's growing on here in our Northeast Florida garden, be sure to check out this video right over here. Until next time, my friends, remember to drink plenty of water, wear that high quality sunscreen, and as always, have a fantastic day.